I've found so much AI stuff. Like, really, there's almost no excuse to just try to do something because, like, any point that would be a problem, you can put up this Studio Google thing and it'll just walk you through what to do.
Funny thing, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but I sent the guide to my dad.
Yeah.
And he applied to the program and actually got approved. And then he got approved for on-site commission within like 72 hours, which is insane.
You put this like basic image up or video up, and then you put traffic from 2 different countries, and they're not this country. And I got 560 followers on this Facebook page in 3 days, spending $5 a day. You can get a website built, you can get a product made, you can get email set up, you can get all these back-end payment processors set up and start ads within a day. You start early in the morning and you really grind away at it. You get faster and faster over time. You can get it all done in a day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Side Hustle Experiment podcast. Today, we're just going to do a catch-up episode. It's been a while since we've done one of these. What's been going on, man?
Nothing much. I guess for the viewers, this will be 1 week in the future of the last episode. But for us, we haven't talked in like 2 or 3 weeks. We were just using like banked episodes because I was out of town and I've just been working a lot lately. And I was supposed to have someone on the pod twice. Both people, it fell through. So that's what happens when I schedule. People don't know this either. John schedules all the podcasts and I try to, and they usually do not fall through. So, or they do fall through and they don't end up being on the pod. So, that's all right. What have you been doing?
The same. It's been so busy. I've been traveling the last 2 or 3 weeks, traveling this week. So it's just been absolutely crazy. Like, I feel like I've been doing like 2 or 3 day work weeks and it's just like kicking my butt like so hard right now. What have you been working on?
Dude, so many things. I mean, I've been working like 12 hours a day, no joke. Like working so much trying to get a lot of this stuff done. Working on just a bunch of offers for people. So like obviously, like one of the big ones I'm working on, that's taking a lot of time, the Amazon one, just because this timing's not lining up great. And then I have another Amazon one I've been working on. And then I was like, you know what? I keep working on all these offers. I'm going to start like a little marketing agency thing. And I was going to do it with a friend, and then he decided it was just too much like work for him or whatever. So I've got the website up, and I'm just going to keep it as going. And just like, that's what I want to do is kind of work on these offers, help people with their info stuff. So I don't know, just do that for now. Not run anything super formal, but reach out to people if I see an opportunity there and just build out the infrastructure where I can fulfill on that and not take forever to fulfill or not know what I'm doing, that kind of thing.
I feel like that seems like a solid plan.
Yeah, it's the easiest way for me to get money too. Like if I produce results, they pay me, or I can just sell projects. Like, hey, I'll do this for you. Just give me like X amount of money. And, I feel like I'm getting good enough at it now to where it makes sense, but I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. That's just kind of the only thing I'm good at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like it's always hard. I feel like it's funny because you started with this. Yeah. And then kind of dropped it, did the crypto thing, and now you came like back around. I think sometimes it just takes, I've noticed this a lot too, as like my second iteration of like I had the FBA stuff and now I might do some influencer stuff. It's just like you just see stuff differently because you're in a different place, or like you just have listened to other stuff on YouTube or podcasts and you're like, wait a second, like I screwed this up the first time around, like now the second time around I know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like exactly how I feel. It's like the first time it felt too difficult, but I think I just made it difficult on myself. I just put myself in a bunch of situations of like, this probably won't work out. But this time I'm trying to make it more, I'll take on different clients if I think it fits. And like, I'm not going to push it. If it's not working, I'm cutting, moving on to the next thing quick. Cause I've tried like 5 different things in the past few weeks. And just like, if it's not working out after I spend a few $100 on ads, then okay, we're going to the next thing. And I'm getting at this time, like at this process, I'm getting really good at running ad campaigns. And I've started doing like some ad stuff for a like window cleaning company of a guy that I know near like where I live, and getting him like $30 leads, and he's closing like 80% of them. So we've drove like $350 into over $3K in revenue of just local lead gen. Yeah. So that made me think, okay, I'm pretty good at this. And then I started running ads for Rick for what he does, and we got a lead really cheap, and he has like a really high ticket offer, so it works out.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like they always talk about local could be like really good opportunities for sure, and it's just kind of like it's really easy to justify.
Yeah.
working with them, right? You spent 350, you got 3,000, and then whatever you guys, whatever split you got going on. I think that's, I mean, I guess you'll never be out of work if you can make people money. If it just
Yeah,
makes sense.
exactly. And I started running like, so he was running less than 30 bucks a day on ads, and that happened. So I launched like a local campaign last night that was like, hey, if you're a business in the area and you want to run like a $25 a day Facebook ad strategy, I'll set the whole thing up for you. Now I was planning on just selling these for like 500 to 1,000 bucks. Like I'll set up for people and they can just run it. Cause it takes me no time to set it up. I can do it in a few hours. And I've already got 3 leads on it, and I set it up last night, and the cost per lead is like $9 a lead. So if I just close like one of those people, I can make like 500 bucks off of like $30 ad spend. So I'm just going to run that locally. And then if people online needs help setting stuff up, like I can do that too. They just charge like a one-time fee. If they want me to do recurring over time, then I'll do that too. But people need that more than I thought, I guess.
Oh, for sure. It's funny you mentioned that because I feel like a lot of people, especially local people, just don't know how to do it. Like, if you ever think about like the pizza place or any food store, like I don't know if you get them, but they send out like mailers or whatever,
Yeah.
and just it's just their menu, and you're like, really, dude? Like, you really think there's gonna get people to buy pizza? I feel like people like that might be like a good fit because they're probably paying like a decent amount to put their like whatever flyer in the thing, but you're like, dude, I could actually get people like just to click the link to your menu and
Yeah.
like order right like then, or like run more ads during dinner time, or whatever you decide to do, instead of like it's just in a newspaper that comes or whatever it's in at like 12 o'clock. I'm like, it's not dinner time. Like, what is this?
Yeah, and none of them focus on like direct response stuff, like the emotional side of this, like which I'm not really targeting restaurants much because I think it is harder, but still, even talking through this, you could just like you're not really selling the pizza, you're spelling like, okay, this is the best pizza in the area, it makes your whole family like it's a family occasion, you're like targeting something more emotional than okay, we sell breadsticks and we have large pizzas. Yeah, I'm trying to do
Yeah.
that for these different companies, like the window cleaning thing. It wasn't we clean your windows. It was do you want to have the nicest windows in the neighborhood? And those type of targeting
Mm,
ads, and then splitting that up with like different angles to test. So there's like a trust ones, like we have a good crew. We're not like drugged out crew, which is like a lot of crews of like manual labor. And then feel pride in your house. You're like, dude, it looks like your house is worth more money when the windows are clean. Like all these things. Then it's like whatever angle works, then you just keep testing on that same angle and just different creatives and different stuff like that. And I don't think a lot of people even think to do that. They're just like, here's what I have, put it out there. But it's like not that simple. People are not just going to buy because you got something. You got to tell them why it benefits them to buy it.
yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is driven too. I mean, I've seen it before. It's like when you see someone else get it, like if I passed on it first and then you were like, yo, dude, my windows are so clean.
Yeah.
I love it. It just gives me so much joy or something like that. Then I'm like, oh man, I need to get my windows clean and like see what that's like. So I do think like, yeah, it's all about kind of FOMO and, pride, I guess, for something like that.
Yeah. And another thing throughout this whole process, I've learned how to make websites extremely fast. If anybody's want to make a website and you don't know what to do,
Before we get into that, I wanted to let you know I created a totally free guide to get approved for the Amazon Influencer Program, how to scale it up, how I literally went from zero to $50,000 in just Amazon commissions alone. There'll be a link down below. The guide is absolutely free. It's about 33-ish pages, and I have a whole video walking you through the whole guide. So if you want to start making money on the Amazon Influencer Program, definitely click the link below.
there's this place called lovable.com, Lovable, or dot something. I don't know if it's .com, but it's an AI website. And this is like a little mini course. Maybe we can put this as the title or whatever. But this is how simple it is to start a business. Maybe I'll just walk through this because literally, if you listen to this right now, you could start a business like way faster than I ever thought you could. So you have to have a ChatGPT account, ChatGPT Pro, and then you have a Lovable account, and that's free. And you get 5 credits a day, and it's $20 a month for like 100 credits. And 100 credits is a lot of credits. Like you're not going to burn through those. I've built 5 websites, and I still have 70 credits left. Anyways, you go to
So one
ChatGPT.
second, one website is one credit.
No, it's more than that. I'll explain the credit
Okay.
situation as we go. Yeah.
Even so, it sounds pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, you can make probably one website's like 10 credits if you mess a bunch of stuff up because okay,
Okay.
so these, you've used Systeme, you've used like some of these builders,
Mhm.
how it's drag and drop, or templates and stuff. This thing is not like that. This is all code in the back end. So you just like prompt what you want and it builds it for you, but you can't interact with a lot of this. Like sometimes there's text, like a headline, maybe you can edit a headline, but that's the only thing you can do. If you needed to change, let's say you said, make me a list of things, for like the influencer program. This is not drop shipping. This is not ecom. This is not an agency or whatever. But instead, it put check marks instead of X's. You couldn't just go switch the emoji. You have to prompt it. Hey, you put check marks here, and then that might be 0.2 credits or whatever. So that's how the credit system works.
Okay.
But you can set this up like really, really simple. And then from what I've seen, you have to set up some kind of back end. But anyways, for my example, this like agency thing I've made, it's got like 6 pages at the top. You can optimize for SEO because you go to ChatGPT and you say, hey, I'm trying to optimize for SEO for the website. Give me a prompt for Lovable specifically that I can put into it and it will do it. So you don't prompt Lovable yourself ever. You go to ChatGPT and you tell it you're prompting Lovable and you make it make a good prompt because you probably won't prompt it that well compared to like what the AI will prompt another AI to do. And then you can take that, make whatever website you want, and then make clickable buttons. And then you have to find some way, if you have, for example, like you're doing the free guide thing. So that was Systeme, and then it's connected to Systeme's backend. But as long as you don't have a pop-up, which I don't know if you do, if you have a pop-up or not, it just takes you to the next. Okay, so it just takes you to the next step. So you can embed like the form submission on Lovable's website. And if you like, this is how easy this is. If you take a website you already like, you're like, I like his lead mag website. You can just copy that whole website, like a screenshot of it, and put it into Lovable and say, make my website look like this with these colors. It'll make the exact website. You can swipe everything from it and then put it on there. And this stuff's like really cheap. The websites look beautiful, man. Like way better than any website you could possibly make.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so you can really start any kind of company you want like that really fast, like faster than it's ever been able to before. As long as you know how to set up email automations and stuff, which with Systeme or like you can use Active Campaign, anything like that, you can just build that front facing site and then connect it to a backend.
Interesting.
Yeah. Dang. That's what I've been working on. And like, I'll show you some of these after this pod of like the websites I've made. You're going to be like, there's no way you made this. I'm like, I didn't. Yeah. It's just that's just how it makes it for you. And they're like way better than you can do it yourself.
What's it hosted on?
What is it?
Is it hosted on Lovable then?
Mm-hmm. You just connect your domain.
Wow. Okay.
It's fast too. Like way faster connecting the domain than like, you struggle with that. And I had to like, I'll just do it. Dude, this was easy. You have 2 things you put into your domain, like way faster to connect and it instantly connects it.
Dude, I have to say, like doing this Systeme setup, like for the first time, it was like super difficult, but having like ChatGPT was
huge,
insane. I was literally just taking screenshots of stuff. Like, this is what it's saying. It's like, I'm like, no, like that button's not there. And then it just went through again. And it was like so much better than like having a support person from Systeme. I wouldn't be able to get one of them on the phone. But like once you do it, it's done. And then there's another issue I was having with it wasn't taking people to the thank you page. Like somehow like the thank you page URL got all like jumbled up somehow. And then I was able to fix it, like going back and forth to ChatGPT for like 20 minutes. Like I couldn't find anything on like the Systeme help page or like YouTube. So then like I was just going back and forth with ChatGPT and I was able to fix it that way. But yeah.
There's another way, exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know about this. If you go to studio.google, like it's something like that, just look up Studio Google. When you have tech support stuff like that, you can stream your computer and connect your microphone and talk to Google, and it will in real time fix your problems like that. So instead of you having to do screenshots and trying to explain what they're looking at, you can share screen, talk to the thing, and it'll talk to you in real time. So that's another hack too. I've found so much AI stuff. Like really, there's almost no excuse to just try to do something because like any point that would be a problem, you can put up this Studio Google thing and it'll just walk you through what to do.
I'm
it's
definitely
so fast. That. Yeah, and it's really accurate too. Like I had a problem with Go High Level. I was trying to set up some type of email automation and make sure that the emails were getting delivered and that type of thing. And I just couldn't find anything anywhere, like you said. And ChatGPT just kept giving me like information that wasn't there. Like, hey, click this menu. I'm like, that menu doesn't exist. So I pull up the Google Studio and it walks me right through it. I get it done in like 5 minutes. And it would have taken me like 3 hours if I tried to do it myself because I just had no clue where to go.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel the most helpful thing with ChatGPT is sometimes you don't even know, like when I was doing the setups for like the guide and stuff, I didn't even know like what to ask. This is
Yeah.
my first time doing it. I was like, I just don't understand. Like I'm just trying to get this looking like that, or this is what's popping up. Like I don't even know where this page is. Like
Yep.
where is it? And then it's just like super helpful like that to kind of walk you through.
Yeah, you have to use the Google thing and make it even easier. Because you can like real time if it starts saying something that's wrong, ChatGPT, you're like, oh no, it's about to spit out like a wrong answer. Like that's not what I meant. You can just say stop, stop, stop. Like I need this instead. This is what I'm trying to do. And then it'll be like, oh my bad. Go with it. Same with Google. Like Google Gemini is pretty good right now. It's not as good as ChatGPT for a lot of ways, but image generation, like image editing, it's so good. Like I've never seen anything
Interesting.
like it. Like for the window cleaning, for example, he was like, "You think you can like wrap my truck with one of these AI things? Like put the logo on the truck?" And I was like, "I think so." And we did it. Perfect. I mean, there's shadows on the truck. None of the tires had issues. The logo was perfect. The phone number on the logo was perfectly readable on this truck, so I can like use that as a website picture.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's Google Gemini's thing. And it's free too. If you pay for it, you get like better outputs, I believe, or something like that. I pay for it on one account and it seems to be better than if I don't pay for it. But yeah, I'm learning all this AI stuff, man. It's like really crazy when you learn more and more about it. You think ChatGPT is like the best, but there's all these other websites that do really crazy stuff.
Yeah.
What else though? I don't know. What else is new in your world, man? What are you thinking about stuff?
Just grinding out AIP, making a lot of videos. I feel like Q4 is right around the corner. I'm getting so many brand deals. It's insane. So I've been doing that. Like I'm almost getting like 8 to 10 inbounds a day. So it takes like an hour ish to kind of respond to those. Getting like higher level stuff too. Like someone sent a bed the other day. Someone sent like an $800 massage chair. Just all sorts of like crazy stuff. I'm like really realizing like with the massage chair, for instance, it's a lot of work to make like a higher end video, for sure, and kind of getting like shots and angles. Like it's just not like I have space for a massage chair, you know what I mean? So you
Yep.
kind of have to like rearrange the whole room and get like the shots or the angles. It's like the first time you're working with these brands, so you want to do like a really good job. I'm starting to get a lot more other videos too, where it's just like I don't know. I'm turning down a lot of videos because I'm just like, this isn't worth it. So I literally have went from, yeah, I'll do it for like $20 to it's like, no, it has to be $50 to do it because it's just not worth the time and effort. Like I'm really starting to like see that compounding effort where it's just like, wow, like if they're gonna give you money for it, they expect a little bit more. You kind of have to set that expectation, but just being more selective with creator connections. And yeah, that's kind of been like what I've been dealing with, really.
Yeah, have you got good responses from the guys? Have they reached out liking that?
Yeah, so getting really good responses from the guide. Funny thing, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but I sent the guide to my dad
Yeah.
and he applied to the program and actually got approved. And then he got approved for on-site commission within like 72 hours,
Huh.
which is insane. He had a TikTok account that he's like into ponds and building ponds and stuff like that. So he has like a pond like kind of TikTok. I don't even know if there's 30 posts on there, and it's like totally sporadic.
Wow.
Maybe has like 1,000 likes overall. He's had the account for maybe 2-ish years. I'd have to look to see exactly. I need to make a YouTube video on it. But I was like, I don't know if he'll get approved or not. I doubt it, but we were just literally. So I text him the guide, and I'm like working on my computer, like waiting for like people to come over, and so like I hear him like play the Loom video. I'm like, oh man, that sounds terrible, like because it's just like oh god, and so then like 15 minutes later, he's like, oh that was a really good guide or whatever, and then he like goes through it, and then he's like, I think I'm approved. I'm like, dude, like no, there's like no way. And then he like walks over in his phone. I was like, oh wow, like you got approved. Like this is that's kind of insane. So then he's like, can you help me do like the first 3 videos? So then we just like filmed the first 3 videos. And yeah, like surely enough, like 2 days later, he got approved.
Wow. Did you
Insane.
like for the videos you made? Are they because I'm gonna have my sister has been wanting to do some like UGC type thing, and I'm like, well, this the Amazon influencer thing is probably a bit easier to get started, and then you can go somewhere else. Um, did you have him? You edit the videos, or you just raw video?
No, I think one of the advantages we had, I'm actually working with someone right now. We're having trouble like getting the on-site approval, and it's absolutely crazy just based on like what happened this weekend with my dad. I like just filmed him. So I wonder if that like has something to do with it, where it was just like I was standing right there holding it for him. So I think the video, while it wasn't edited, it was a better video than if you were just to take it yourself.
I see. So if you had like a tripod and you set it up and like made it, yeah,
Exactly. So like he was doing what was he doing? He did like a cooler. So he was like holding it up, then I'd like zoom inside. Then he's like, "Oh, it's on wheels." So I'd kind of like follow him around wheeling it. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Cuz it obviously made it look a little better. He's actually like pretty good on camera too and like explaining stuff. And then at first I was just like, "Oh man, like I don't know about this." Cuz a lot of the times like I'm starting to like feel like as I'm helping more people do this, I have a friend who's been posting on Instagram for like probably close to 4 to 6 weeks. Like we're liking all the posts, like they're not getting like a ton of engagement, but it's just like okay, like that's kind of what's out there to do that. He can't get approved. My dad who has like this sporadic TikTok account gets approved right away. Like it's just absolutely insane. Like I just don't understand it. I don't know if it's also like I have a hunch it could be like demographics.
yeah.
Like my dad skews older, obviously. He's in his 60s. So maybe they're like not looking for more people like my age. I don't know. Kind of thing. But that's really the only thing I could think of, which is like the advantage would be like I was kind of filming him and was able to like almost coach him through the videos. Be like, okay, don't say that. Like, let's start over. Okay, like, oh shit, like the dog came out, like, let's start over. Kind of stuff like that. So I do think that was probably one of the biggest advantages, but then you hear a bunch of stuff like, oh, and I've like said this before, you want to have like a clean background and all that other stuff. We filmed everything in the backyard. So I was wondering, I was just like, like maybe it's just more real. Like we filmed a cooler outside. We did a review of a pool and then a review of like a pool caddy that like goes on the above ground pool. And I was like, it was just made no sense. Cause like some of everything you read, like the pool had like all these like warning labels on it, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. And I was like, oh, like, you're not really supposed to film like those warning things because it would get flagged. Now we didn't start there. It was like maybe 40 seconds into the video when he was like walking around the pool. That kind of appeared, but I don't know. It was kind of crazy. So now I'm like helping him get approved. He's already approved. So now that will be helping him like start to explain how to do it is going to be interesting. See how that goes.
I gotta show you. That just reminds me. I gotta show you something after this. I'll give a little hint of it on here, but I won't go super into detail because you can use this as part of your like thing. And I have a feeling that other people do this too to get people approved. You know, how like Trevin was saying, has like 100% approval, like that's their guarantee or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I found something that maybe, which he didn't even allude to this. I have no clue if this is what they do or not. But I started running ads for this like Facebook page for the account. And I was just looking at a bunch of videos how to set up these local agency ads, which are just different than the ads I usually run. So I'm like, I just want to get some more insight. And the first thing I saw in this video is this person running this certain type of campaign, which I'm not going to go into detail with that because this is like maybe the sauce of it. This certain type of engagement campaign where you spend like $5 a day, you put this like basic image up or video up, and then you put traffic from 2 different countries, and they're not this country. And I got 560 followers on this Facebook page in 3 days, spending $5 a day. And if I like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you could even optimize this more. So I'm thinking if you did this to an Instagram page, it would be the same thing. You could probably get thousands of followers on your Instagram page just running these ads daily. And now the person's account looks like, okay, they have a lot of they have a lot of engagement, they have a lot of followers, because these followers will just watch your videos if you post videos and then like your and stuff like that. So there might be a way to kind of create this. It looks like that you've got a lot more followers and engagement than you do, which I'll tell you about it later to see exactly if this would even work, because it might not. But I've noticed it gives me social proof on that Facebook account, because when you go to it and you see a page with 550 followers, you're like, okay, I mean, this is a pretty nice account. It's not just some random thing.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the struggle that I've had because I've started a lot of different stuff. And I, I was talking to actually Reezy the other day, and he was saying that he thinks if you could buy, like, let's just say you could get to, I forgot what the number was, but it's like buy 500 Instagram followers, post 3 times a day, comment on every one, and you could just comment hashtags, wait like 3 or 4 days, buy another 500, and basically like repeat that process for, I don't know, until you get to almost like 5,000 followers. I think that's not the exact. It's in some Facebook group that I'm in, and he kind of posted that, and I was like, that could be an interesting strategy because like you're not just getting like the 10,000 followers right away. There's some engagement involved in it. Like you're actually posting. So yeah, I don't know. And I feel like it maybe as more and more people like try to do this, just buying followers isn't going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, I got approved instantly within like the day, and I just put my TikTok account that I had bought that like had maybe 3 posts on it, and the views were not even great or anything, and they were really old compared to like when I did this. So, and I didn't put my Instagram, I didn't put anything like that. I don't think. Maybe I put my Instagram, but I'm not sure. But the TikTok was the main thing that I got approved. So maybe it's a TikTok thing too. If you could get like
Maybe.
a TikTok account with followers, then maybe you're approved easier.
Yeah, I don't know because I talked to someone else and they're just like, yeah, I tried to do it with TikTok and it didn't work. So it's all over the place. Like I do wondering if it's like account, how old the account is. Like
Mhm.
if I don't know if that's it. But then my friend who's trying to get approved for Instagram, he's had the account for a while, it just hasn't been like that active on it. So that doesn't really play. But I guess that's Instagram too. It's just like an Amazon thing. Like
Yeah, it's
there's no
Amazon.
rhyme or reason to it almost. You're just kind of like going back and forth with people in Facebook groups or people you know and just trying to like workshop what's working. Cuz on paper my dad definitely should not have gotten approved from everything I've seen in groups.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, let's see. We should have said this at the beginning, but the podcast, we are reducing it to one time a week for the time being. And dude, it's a good thing that, we did that, because I've been working so much. It would just be like such a hassle to do that. Like I wouldn't even be able to do it. I would have been, I've just been on like doing so much stuff and on calls with other people and stuff like that. But for the time being, one a week, and then we'll get back to two if I don't know.
Yeah, we'll eventually get back
Yeah,
there.
the goal is not just to like reduce workload either. It's really just to make better quality stuff, I think. Like if we can get better quality guests consistently, then like, okay, we got to scramble and pull one together. That's kind of what I want to avoid in the future. Because we can put out the highest quality episodes we can every time. That made me feel a lot better about the product in itself.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of, yeah, and we're going to experiment too with like see what happens with the views and all that kind of stuff. Always just kind of testing, kind of see how it feels like.
Yeah. And then it allows for more reels and stuff too, hopefully. I don't even know. I haven't even
Yeah,
talked to the editor. I don't know if you've been talking to him or not. He
no, I've
probably is
been
like, what are
so
these guys
busy.
doing?
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, like I can't
I
even like
paid
think
him, but
about that.
I paid
Yeah,
him.
we'll have to revisit that.
Yeah, but we'll get to it. Trying to think of other stuff. What else is happening? Anything cool happening in the Amazon world? I haven't really paid attention.
No, I haven't really been paying attention. I actually, one of the things that I've done, I think I told you offline, is just like really clean up my Instagram feed and also
Yeah.
like Twitter feed and put more stuff. And I think it's super important. It's like when you're trying to grow in different areas, you need to replace your following.
Yeah.
Like, because the people that you need to follow are not the people that you used to follow. So I've been finding that like really helpful. But I've been following a lot of marketing people, a lot more content people, a lot more influencer people, and it's just been crazy to see just like the drastic difference of just more clarity for one, and two is just more helpful. It's like this is where I'm trying to go. This is like who I'm trying to hang out with now. So I think for anyone who's trying to like make a pivot, like cleaning up your feeds and following like other people who are doing what you're trying to do. Back when I did Amazon, that's exactly what I did. And I just kind of forgot about that and have started doing that. And it's been a nice change for sure.
Yeah, I did that a long time ago because it's like what I guess what's weird is like money, business, Twitter, Instagram, that type of stuff is just separate from the Amazon thing. It's like a whole
It
separate
is.
thing. Like those people are not, they don't interact with each other. So if you get in the Amazon thing, you're like pigeonholed in the Amazon thing. Where if you might do like Shopify ecom type stuff, you still might see some agency stuff. You'll see AI content. For some reason, it just like pigeonholed you into that, which I don't understand really why that is, but I had to clean that up too because I'm like, I don't need this information. I don't need another thread on sourcing products. I don't even source any
Exactly.
products. I definitely don't need that.
Yeah. So I feel like that's been good. Trying to think what else has been going on. I don't know.
Traveling. Yeah, I went to Florida for a week. I'm not a big beach guy because
Oh yeah, how
obviously
did that go?
it was good. I just don't really like the beach, so yeah, I like burn really easy. So I don't really enjoy the whole time. It's all right, but I'd rather go somewhere else. But it was fun vacation. I just didn't get out in the sun much. Kind of just worked a lot at the beginning, and then towards the end, just kind of relax, which I guess I needed it. I've been working a lot since I quit the crypto, and even during crypto, I was like on my computer all day. So it's good to get off the computer, get away from stuff for a bit.
I definitely like doing that a lot. Like when I went to New York this weekend, I did a couple like reviews of my parents' house and just but like was off Twitter. Did a little Instagram because my dad got approved, so I did a post about that. But yeah, I think it's like nice to like take a little reset break and just kind of I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta recharge and like refresh. I don't know. I always find it hard to do though. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
it
because I
is.
like what I do or just want to do more or whatever it is. But it's like I don't. It's just really hard for me to like sit still and I don't know, not do anything or like not be listening to a podcast or not be watching a YouTube video. It's just I don't know. Like I just have no interest.
Dude, I think it's like a bad thing, but kind of a good thing. I don't know. I'm not the same way. Like it's like I feel like I'm not doing enough, so I'm kind of panicking in my head of like, I'm kind
Yeah.
of just falling behind. But we definitely shouldn't think like that. You kind of can't live your life like that because you're never going to be doing enough.
Yeah, that's a really good point too, because usually, and that's where you get caught because you're in Florida or I'm at home, and it's like you kind of have more time to scroll. So
Yeah,
you're more prone to see someone doing something. You're like, shit, like they're working and I'm not.
yeah,
Like, or they have a team. Like, there's all like sorts of stuff that like rolls around in your head, and you're just like, like well, let me go get my computer, like stuff like that. But yeah, I do think like I remember someone saying, I forgot what it was, but basically they were like, it's a flex, like not to work on the weekends.
mhm.
Like basically, like, well, I only work 5 days a week. Like this is everything I've produced, and like I'm able to do that. And it's just like I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, I get caught up in like, I gotta do something this weekend. I gotta do stuff. Which I mean, there's something to it. I guess you go through phases of like, okay, well, I've got to work a lot this week. I've got a lot to do. I can't just put it on the back burner. But sometimes it's like you don't even have much to do. You're just trying to create scenarios for like, oh, this is what I should be doing, and then you just get in your head, and then you probably don't even produce the best quality of work, anyways. That's what.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is like figuring out what you should be doing. Because
Yeah,
technically, when you work for yourself, I mean, I could decide whatever I want to do today. Um, which I like having like structure, like, we're gonna do this podcast at a certain time, and that kind of like helps structure the day. But yeah, when you could do anything, um, it's definitely interesting.
yeah. It's funny you say that. With one of my friends that just quit his job. That's what I was originally starting with this marketing agency with. Until like recently, he just is kind of like, okay, I can't do it, man, because I had him cold calling all the time. Um, but he was like, dude, I just don't know what to do if I don't know what to do. And I'm like, dude, that's kind of the point of the entrepreneur stuff. You never know what to do. You never have nobody ever gives you a plan. You can buy a course and that can give you somewhat of a plan, but well, how fast you don't have to do the course today. You can just do it next year. That's kind of
True.
the whole journey about it. And the hardest part, which I think some people, it's like, oh, I don't know what to do when they're trying to start a business. Like, yeah, man, that's the whole point. Like,
Yeah, and yeah, the only way to do it is like through action
yeah,
too. Like I think a good example is my dad with like the influencer program. Like he gave it a shot and it worked. And then we tried to do the videos, that worked. But on paper, I'd probably be like, yeah, you should probably just post more content. Like, don't
yeah,
apply. Like, that would have been like probably the general advice. I mean, I always suggest people apply and try it. But yeah, I think that's a big thing. And also, I think one of the harder parts too is like, even if you're taking a course or have a mentor, it's more just like, is this really going to work? Because it's depending on what you're doing, it's kind of like a slow build up um most of the time, because one, you don't know what you're doing, so I feel like you always are just like questioning everything, like, oh, is this right, is this wrong, is this gonna work? And then you do it and then you're just like, I don't know, like, is this good result, should I keep doing this, should I try something new? So you're always just in your head.
yeah. I guess the action thing's big. Like I said, I've started so many different things. Like since the last time we talked, I've had like four different things I've tried to run some ads to and see if it works. It's like these days you can do stuff so fast. You can get a website built, you can get a product made, you can get email set up, you can get all these back end payment processors set up and start ads within a day. You start early in the morning and you really grind away at it. You get faster and faster over time. You can get it all done in a day. So there's like no excuse not to just like try to do something, because once you get good at it, you can just repeat that and just try different stuff. Eventually, it's going to work. It's like you're playing the lottery kind of with the ad stuff, or I mean, you can post on like social media as well. It makes it more difficult because you can't kind of control your reach, but you can run Facebook ads for $100 for 2 or 3 days, and then there you go. If it doesn't work, on to the next thing. Change a little bit of stuff, try it again. Makes me pretty confident in the future of just doing that. And I wish more people would know it was that easy. It's like you don't have to do
Yeah.
something, somehow the internet tells you. You can kind of start businesses all the time. That one, the corner office guy, that's kind of what his whole thing is. And it works. I mean, he's right. You can just start stuff like anytime.
Yeah, like there's so many ways to test. Like you were just saying, like you basically wrapped a van for window cleaning, and there's
Mhm.
no van. I mean, maybe he has a van, but like I'm guessing it's not wrapped because he would have
Yep.
just sent you a picture. Um, which is interesting in itself. And I think, yeah, I'm just trying to test more stuff myself as well. I think it's really easy just to get stuck doing the same thing. Sometimes more of the same thing isn't the answer. To take it to the
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah. I think everybody thinks, I guess this is more of this culture is just like do more, do more, do more. But I've said this before. It's not like a math problem. It's not, okay, well, I've done X amount of stuff and I'm slowing down. So I just need to do more. It's like, well, that doesn't mean it's just going to go back to where it was before, or your growth is going to be on the same pace. A lot of times you've just probably capped out at kind of what you're doing. You either need a pivot of what you're doing or change the way things are going. You can't just keep adding stuff like the organic. It's like just post more, just tweet more, just post more on Instagram. It's like, it's not really how it works. If you're not getting any views and you post more on Instagram, you're not going to get more views. You're just going to keep posting content that gets no views. You got to change what you're doing. But online, everybody just says do more, do more, do more. So I think people fall into that.
Yeah, I would agree 100%.
It's not a simple math problem. It's more of like, hey, you got to change all these different things so you can get some exponential results instead of just straight addition, addition, addition. I wish it worked like that, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, math is a funny thing for sure because I've noticed that a lot with the influencer program where the results just like really vary through the people. And it's like a lot of people are, you could be like, well, how much you going to make per video? Well, it just really depends all across. And I feel like a lot more people are starting to get into the influencer program, which is good. But like some of the math just ain't mathing. And like some people have like sent me accounts And it's just like, yeah, that math is not math at all. So it's like really funny that like people are just already starting to kind of like fudge their numbers. Um, but
I
yeah,
guess the good part about the inputs there, or the bad part, or however you want to look at it, is where you're not allowed to share those exact details. You can kind of just
exactly.
lie about it, right?
Pretty much. And then, or the other nice part about it is you could pretty easily find these like,
Yeah,
I don't know if you call them storefronts, but like the video page, and you're like, huh, okay, like I see why your numbers are your numbers because you're doing some like black hat stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, and it's funny like because 3 or 4 people have messaged me about this one person. I'm just like, it is what it is. Like he'll probably get caught eventually.
yeah. It's like
I'll
if
tell
it,
you about it after. It's pretty
yeah.
wild.
What else can we talk? We don't have to make this one super long, anyway, so we
What
can
do you
go.
think about the Hormozy launch?
Oh yeah, I guess,
That
man.
was like, seems like forever ago. It's probably like 2 weeks ago. I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
know.
pretty cool. I guess he made what, like $109 million or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Breaks your brain for sure.
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know. It's crazy. He went so long. I don't sell anything, and then did that, and then ended up pulling off that number of. It's just ridiculous, and the profit margin on that had to be so high too. I can't imagine how much money he actually physically made put into his pocket. Like, but definitely over 60 mil. I'm sure it was over 60% margins because
And
it's
the
not like it was.
potential is probably like 3 times that.
Yeah, yeah,
Because he's gonna get a business to invest in. I'm sure he'll get like. There's gonna be so much. I for me for the Hormozy launch, it was one just crazy to for someone just knowing him. I think when you watch his content, you like he's always like, oh, I'm very meticulous, like everything matters and all this other stuff. I think that was just an example of it. Like
yeah,
what like a savage he is. Like it was like what 3 day event, 2 day event, like everything down to the T. Like you makes you think like he's probably been planning that for like 2 years.
yeah. But he's been
Like
probably
to
playing it since
think
the
that
first launch.
through for 2 years with everything that changes all the time, and then to like pull that off, it's just like,
Yeah, have you read the book or anything?
3/4 of the way through of the audio.
Okay, so what are the money models? What does this mean? Because I probably won't read it. I think I understand kind of what it's talking about, but maybe I don't. So give a little summary here of what this means.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. So like the different money models is it's just basically like the different ways you can make money. Like that's pretty much like the gist of it. Kind of how you could stack different offers, offer different payment plans. That's kind of the gist of it. I'll do a better like example of it because I'll like not fully finish through it. I like to like kind of go through the whole thing and then kind of do the conclusions. I'm gonna be like halfway through it actually. Um, but it's definitely interesting. Like I've heard like this morning I was actually listening to it and he was talking about kind of like payment terms and basically how you could like just mess around with them. It's just like absolutely insane. And like, what you could offer, like basically like never discount and just like kind of listen to him handle like objections. Pretty insane. Or how you could actually get more money. It's just really insane. So I think it will be good. I'm gonna listen. I'll probably listen to it twice. I feel like the second time is like when I kind of like pick stuff up, but I don't know. I think it's a good read. I also got like the hardcover as well. I actually
Maybe I
saw
will read it.
someone running a Facebook ad giving away like that big package he sold. Not really sure how they're doing that,
I wonder how
but that's pretty
probably
insane.
get. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder get of the money model is deliberate sequence of offer. It's what you offer, when you offer, and how you offer it to make as much money as possible. Okay, that's not what I thought he was talking about. I
Yeah,
thought, which this is good. More so, I'm gonna have to write this book one day. I keep talking about making a video. I do think this is extremely important. This is what I thought that he was going to write this about. So I was way off here. I thought that it was about, I always talk about being an avenue where you can make exponential money, or like how
yeah,
capped are you with what you're doing. I thought that's kind of what that was talking about, was like, if he this is an example, and he probably does talk about this, but this is just direct. If you start a gym and you have 4,000 square feet of space or whatever, like what's the most possible money you can make in there? You know, maybe you could do something high ticket kind of with the gym with personal training. Maybe you get like $500, $1,000 a month per person, but then it's like capped eventually. And even no matter what happens, you can only make that certain amount of money. So like, what's the way to expand that? What would be the money model to like expand your gym? Would you teach other people how to do the gym? Would you buy multiple gyms? I thought that was kind of what it was about, but it is clearly not about that. This is like a sales book, right?
Yeah, it's like basically how much money you could basically extract as humanly possible. So like with the gym example, it's like it's not like membership. So like in a 4,000 square foot gym, I don't know anything about gyms. Let's just say for example, you can only get 100 people in there. And
Yeah.
that's like max capacity. Well, you're capped at whatever your like membership fee is. So then it becomes like, well, how could you extract even more money? Personal training, supplements, food packages, and like just how strategic he is and like how he thinks about like partnering with other people, doing referrals, and it just makes you really open up. And it's almost like I'm not in the gym membership business. I'm in like collecting all this other money business, and that's how I'm gonna make a ton of money. Um, so
Probably
I don't know.
upsell. Like so upsells, like
Yeah,
really how to
upsell.
increase your AOV
Yeah,
without paying a ton
exactly.
for a customer. That's interesting. Have you thought about anything for yourself that you're like, I'm gonna use this stuff in the future?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I've been thinking. I don't want to like say anything yet.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely just a really good way. I think just how to like structure things as well. Just he's just a very clear thinker, and just hearing how he thinks about some things, it just kind of like blows your mind. For sure.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. I really haven't. I consume a lot of Hormozi's content, but not not that much, just because I feel like a lot of it's basic stuff. But as I do this like local agency type thing and marketing stuff, I'm like, okay, this stuff's probably more important because that's kind of more of what he talks about, anyways. Than like the online, I don't know, biz op, that type of space. Although I'm pretty sure what I heard is his acquisition.com, they own tons of like biz op companies. So like the sketchy
Interesting.
gurus you'd see, that's a lot of their companies they own is like those type
Huh.
of things.
That's really
I
interesting.
know that for a fact that they have a few, but I don't know if that's what majority it makes up or what.
So one, I don't know either, but one interesting thing because I was watching something. I forgot who the hell it was, but basically he bought like the $250,000 package or whatever,
Mhm.
and that includes like so many books and all this other stuff. And he was saying that he like, oh, why would I spend that much money, etc., etc. And you get like a day with Hermosi and like a one-on-one meeting or whatever. But he said something so interesting, and I've been like thinking about this the whole time. He's like, when I spent the 250,000, he's like, it forces me to think bigger. It's like, how am I gonna get this $250,000 back?
Yeah.
Right? You can't do it doing something small. And I was like, wow, that's just a really interesting way to think about something. Like, all right, if I'm gonna spend this much money, or if I'm gonna put this much time, like, I'm really gonna have to do something big. Or like, I'm not gonna want to lose $250,000. So like, I'm really gonna have to do this thing or figure out a way to make it worth it.
Yeah. That's a lot. And what do you get a day with him? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think you get like you spend the day there. I think you get a one-on-one. I think you got like 3,000 books to give away or something. It's like something I don't know. Whatever you got like a whole other slew of books. I think he wrote like 12 other books. Um, but yeah, I thought that was like an interesting way to like
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
all the bonuses. Yeah,
yeah, all
yeah,
the
like the
bonuses. So yeah, you got a lot of stuff. And then like he released a video like later that week being like he already recouped it because a bunch of people bought like stuff that he had linked in that video.
interesting.
It's like there you go.
Well, do we have anything else to talk about? Anything on your mind that you want to talk about today?
I don't think so. I think we'll close it out here. We'll have a guest next time around. Like, subscribe. If you guys want any guests, let
Please
us
tell us.
know because that's definitely super helpful. And if we get them, we'll get them.
Peace.
Peace. If you enjoyed this episode and know someone else that would enjoy this episode, if you could send them this episode, literally just copy and paste a link, send them on Instagram DM. Everyone loves to network. This is a great way to do it, a very easy way. It helps grow the podcast and get better guests. So the more the podcast gets shared, the more views we get, the better guests we could get for you. We would really, really appreciate it. And tag us on social media and we will share it as well.